this video called 6 Signs You Aren't Where You're Supposed to Be, and by another YouTuber. And so it inspired me to make this because it really fit. And I'll put the link below to her channel if you want to check her out. But it fit what I am thinking about and wanted to share with you and mine. And I have talked about this just, I think, one time in the past. Okay, but it's like, what if the place you're in, what if the place where you live isn't good for your vibration? Okay, that's what we're going to talk about. Like, what if where you are and how to know it's not right for your energy? And actually, as I was taking a shower, I got this other word to use too, not just your energy, your vibration and your alignment. Like, if it doesn't really align with you energetically. Hey, if you're just joining, following Stephanie Perry here, I love it. She really is like, please, you've entered the room, just say hi, okay? So please do say hi if you're here live in the chat. And I have a gigantic bottle of water here and a story that I'll share with you later, but I'm gonna start right in with the topic of the video, okay? And you can always, I will put also the timestamp. If I spend some time saying hi or greeting folks as they come in and you want to cut right into the 6 sort of signs I'm going to talk about. And again, this is based on, let me tell you the YouTuber whose channel, YouTube just presented it to me. Her channel is called Sun Mindset, which is interesting. And like her handle is Slavic Woman Unfiltered, but the video title it was in my feed, because you know they're in your brain. They know what you're thinking about, right? The algorithm. And like I said, it's called 6 Signs You Aren't Where You're Supposed to Be. So I was like, well, let me see what her 6 signs are. Okay. So I wrote them down. Hey, Malaya, I think it's Malaya, or I hope I'm close. Welcome. Let me put you up on screen. Hey, goddess, welcome. So this is on my mind because, like, why am I talking about this? You guys know I am traveling. I'm still traveling. I'm doing slow travel if you're new, right? I'm not trying to, and I've never been the type where I'm like a tourist. Again, it's just not my vibe. I don't necessarily like all the things that other people like, the most popular things. Sometimes I do, of course. Like, if I were in Paris, I'm going to go see the Eiffel Tower. I'm not trying to like front like I wouldn't. But I like sometimes things that, you know. So anyway, okay, I lost my train of thought, which is really bad. Let me hydrate. Let me hydrate. It is really hot here, folks. Like I said, I want to save that till after I do the main points. I was driving with some friends. Yes, I've made friends in this new country. And the little boy who was in the car is like screaming, fire, fire. And I'm like, what? Where? And it's because it's so dry and it's so hot. So there was like smoke from the fire. I didn't see flames because that would have freaked me out. I just saw like some smoke. Anyway, these are the 6 signs she mentioned. Yes. And hey, oh my gosh, your name. Okay, I'm just going to say the real divine. I like that. The real divine. Hey. So I'm talking about 6 signs that you may not be in the right place. And this is really important to me. And I genuinely, I'm not just making this video here we go, to just make a video. I really, like I said, Spirit brought this up to me. So these are the signs she mentioned, and I want to talk about because I agree with her on a lot of them, and she kind of saved me some work. Okay? And that's what I'm trying to do for you. Okay? So, all right. The first thing that she mentioned, and I'm saying if you're living in the wrong place, right? She said it's like the place you're in, it never feels clean enough, but you clean it, right? You straighten it up, and it either feels always just at a very subtle level, it feels a little bit dirty or cluttered. Now, the reason this is weird, and that's why I watched her whole video, is where I was, you guys, in the US. I love my apartment. I've told you it was like way below market rate, you guys, and really not like a nice apartment. Everybody would come in and be like, oh my God, this is perfect for you. You've got sun, right? A very sunny apartment. I had a little front yard, which I didn't use that much. The front yard was the backyard, so it was private. It was fairly private. There was a Chihuahua that was harassing me, but that's another story. We're not going to talk about the Chihuahua. But it does have, because I still have that apartment, it does, there'd be times where I'm just like, I can't get this apartment clean enough, actually. Seriously. And that's what this girl was sad. And I was like, that is so weird. I felt that. So let me know in the chat if any of this reverberates with you or even in the past, maybe not now. So truly, like, because my apartment was on the top floor, um, it had like a little attic crawl space. It felt like sometimes there'd just be like dust or I don't know. So that was one of the signs, and I'm saying I agree with it, where it might not be the right place for you. Now that seems almost a little petty to me. That might just be the apartment, okay? But let me know. Seriously, I want to get your feedback. Again, we're talking about 6 signs that you aren't in the right place that aligns with your energy. And by place, I really mean the land also, okay? And this has been a topic of mine. So that I'm not copying from her. What I am copying is uh, her 6 signs, because I want to riff on them. But I've always believed, when I've taught like my Divine Feminine course and a lot of my courses, and I've taught about manifestation, especially for us women, I think the land is very important, that the land you're on is right for you. Okay. So let me know you're following me. So that's the first one. Like I said, to me, that would only be a sign that it may be the particular apartment or home may not be right. Okay. But that's the first sign, is it never feels quite clean enough no matter what you do. You feel that the energy, I wrote, there's an energetic junk in the apartment. And I've also felt that. Now, this place, my place that I'm talking about in the US, it is, again, because it's a carriage house, I think it's from the 1800s. And so a lot of people have lived there, right? And there's been a lot of different people's energies in there. So anyway, let's go on to sign number 2, okay? And this also hit me, that you might not be in the right place for your energetic vibration. She's like, sign number 2 is if you're uninspired. And I wrote low energy because to me, uninspired means your energy feels low. Okay. Again, let me know if you resonate with any of these and which one, because I really think it's important. Let me tell you the reason I think this is important first before I go any further. I think if you're not living in the right place for you, you're not overall going to be happy, and you may not have the success that could come to you in another place. Okay. That's why this is important. Hey, if you're just joining, I'm talking about how to know if you're in the right or wrong place for you. Okay. So it is important, because I really believe I've seen in my life and just observing others, sometimes you're in the wrong town and even the wrong country. I'm saying it's possible you're even in the wrong country. Okay, so that uninspired, like low energy. And again, to give you an example, so I'm not just like reading this list that this person, brought to my attention. The town where I was, you guys, I love it. It's a nice town in the East Coast of the US, right? It's a nice place. I like a lot about it. But honestly, a lot of the time I've lived there, I have felt uninspired. And so, again, that's why I'm listening to her talk and I'm like, yeah, that's even why I'm traveling now in good part. One, I've always wanted to live abroad, live in different places, experience different cultures. But I realized, you guys, I want to say for like 7 years, I have not particularly felt inspired where I live. Okay. Let me know if any of you, like I said, are vibing with this. Think about it. And I know, and she said in her video too, she's like, this is like a niche topic. And it may be a niche topic, but I think it's really important. Because again, I think many of us, especially women, but I'm sure it affects men, the fact that you're born in a place or you have a job in a place or your partner's from that place doesn't mean it's the right place for you. Okay? I really, really mean that. Because we are vibrational beings, we're energetic beings, and we need to match the land needs to match us. Okay. So let me stop and take a comment here. So yes. Who else is here? Okay, let me put up your comment. I can very much relate to this currently, and I'm a clean freak. Okay. Okay, I'm not a clean freak. I don't like clutter. Clutter bothers me. It bothers my energy, my balance. Okay. And it does for most people, even if they don't think it does. To me, you can walk in a room and I can tell you about the person by the amount of clutter. It does say stuff about them, but I don't want to go off on that tangent. It literally can tell you what energy is imbalanced. That might actually be a separate video that I've just discovered to talk to you about. Yes, but I asked somebody, seriously, I asked a girlfriend of mine because I said, I feel like my house, do you look up and there's like, it's not necessarily spider webs, but there's like literally like lint in the corners. I'm not lying, guys. I know this might be too much information, but this is going to help somebody. And she actually gave me a reason. Wait a minute. You know what she said? And this friend is super smart, you guys. She really is. And and it kind of fits something with her work, but she said, Viv, when you cook, do you turn on the vent? And I was like, no, you know what? I have a vent. I don't usually turn it on. She's like, that's a big part of it. Because I think it's just like dust and then like you're cooking, but it's like it can form like that. So I was like, oh my God, okay, maybe that's it. Okay, so try that. Try that but yeah, it's not spider webs, but also spider webs. And yeah, seriously, friggin' spider webs. And I'm like, I don't also like to kill, um, I don't like to kill insects per se. I don't want them in my space, and especially spiders. But yeah, spider webs, exactly. All right, so the third way that you could know that you might indeed be in the wrong location, let's just say location, she said, is you're tired or anxious. Now, to me, yeah, that's overlapping, right? To me, the tired is uninspired, is low energy. But the anxious is also, okay? So I've lived in different places. I grew up in New York City, right? That's a very intense energy. Strangely enough, even though I was young, because I was young, I think I didn't feel anxious usually in New York. At times I would for certain things, but the city itself didn't overall make me anxious, I would say, until later, until like more recent times. But so if you feel tired or anxious, which are, like I said, to me, opposite things, it could be that, again, the location does not fit your vibration. Okay. Now, these are not my strongest points of how you know you're in the wrong location. I'm getting the ones that she listed later to me are more indicative. Number 4, you're constantly on edge because of safety. Now, you guys know, I just feel like how can I say it? I think we have to speak carefully these days. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. Unless you're, coming out of a coma or under a rock, you know what I'm saying. But she mentioned on edge because of safety. And again, I grew up in New York City, wasn't scared for most of my time there. Later years there, I started to feel the energy had shifted. Spirits like told me it wasn't even just anxious. It's like, yeah, it's time for you to go. And again, you guys watching this, whether in the replay, let me know if you ever get that, where you will just get a message like you're not supposed to be here. Okay, because I do. And so leaving New York City, it was still hard for me because New York City, any New Yorkers here, it's one of those cities. You're kind of proud to be from there. It's part of your identity. Okay. When you're a New Yorker, it's an identity. It's not kind of like, I don't know, what other places, just some cities, it's like being a Parisian, I'm sure, right? Or like Dubai, it has a very specific, Dubai is obviously very different, but I'm just saying some cities have such a strong character. You guys with me on this? Where you identify with that. I mean, like I said, I grew up in New York. So from, preteens, right? My identity was around that. I rode the subway. I did everything. Like I did the whole New York thing, right? As a working class, middle class / working class person, right? I'm not saying I was going to like fancy parties or anything, but my whole life, my family was there. But I started to feel after 9/11, of course, a lot of people, there was that tension in a lot of cities, but especially in New York City after 9/11, after the Twin Towers, came down. Um, and then I was okay. And then again, safety, I just feel it. And this was before the rise in now like New York's not safe. This was previously, because Spirit kind of warns me. So have you felt that where you're on edge? And the girl I told you who made the original video that was sharing these, I think she mentioned a place in Arizona, and she's like, I felt really safe there, but she didn't feel safe in the big cities. Now, some of that is exaggerated, as you all know. Some of it is, but with New York City, and like I said, I do love the city. I think it's a very special place. If you haven't ever visited, New York City it's a very intense place, right? Um, it's just that not feeling safe there. I still loved it, but I was like, okay, yeah, I gotta go. I really have to go. And what I was going to say is the safety started to feel like with the population of like indigent people, homeless people specifically, and not just homeless people who were just like chill homeless people, but the homeless that were mentally ill. That's what did it for me. So that's when I started to feel like, okay, New York City isn't my right place anymore. Okay, so let me stop and take your comments. That was number 4. Okay, if you feel unsafe, especially as a woman, now, of course, many cities you're going to feel unsafe, right? Um, it could be in any country. Major cities, especially for women, we're going to feel you can feel unsafe. So I definitely get that. But is there a place where you might not have to like be like looking over your shoulder all the time? Okay. So let me see. Let me go on. We're going on from the spider webs. Okay. Melanie says, I agree. I absolutely agree with this. I lived in a few different states, but the state I live in now, I feel so uninspired. Yeah, goddess. You guys who watch me regularly, you know I say this. I'm not trying to jinx my numbers, but often I'll get a small group of people together, right? But we'll really vibe on what I'm talking about. And to me, what that tells me is there's a reason you're here. Seriously. Because I won't have a topic where like 500 people tune in. But the people who tune in, it's like I am giving a message to them. Honestly. It just keeps happening. So I'm just gonna be like, that's gotta be. If I'm talking about like abuse or like something very specific, the group I get will be like, yes, this was on my mind, Viv. And so, Melanie, I'm telling you, like, you might have a vibration goddess. Like, maybe you need to be in Hawaii. I'm just throwing that out. I don't know why that came to me. More almost like a tropical. I don't know. Hawaii, that landscape of palm trees and beach access and warmth came to me for you. But, in just even like seeing your icon or whatever, um, it's important because, again, you may not hit your peak like why you're here if you're not quite aligned, if you're misaligned with your place. So yeah. Yeah. Let me get one more comment. She says, thankfully I'll be moving to a different state. Yes, hopefully that'll be a better place. Now, some people watching will be like, well, you take, and it's true, you take yourself wherever you go, right? There's a book by a meditation teacher, is very famous, and it's called Wherever You Go, There You Are. Yes, that is true. And I could talk about that in another video. As I'm traveling, you do take yourself, you take your fears, you take your habits, your anxieties. Like I'm still an introvert. I'm in Italy, but I'm still introverted, right? I didn't suddenly, sitting out on the piazza. I mean, I do actually. The piazzata, I don't know what you call it. It's a tiny square, it's a tiny town, but I'm still introverted, right? You're still maintain your personality. Okay. Anyway, let me keep going because I'll just get through these points so we can just like chat. Want to know your opinion. So safety. You cannot make friends. You cannot make friends. This is the 5th way, and that's what I'm saying. That's the reason I'm talking about this is because she's listing this, and I'm like, yep. Now, in my town, in the U.S., I did make like 1 or 2, maybe 3 really good friends, like tight, really like family. Like I can call them and be like, oh my God, this is happening. I need help. And they'll be like, okay, we'll be over. But it isn't that like where you just vibe with people really easily. It more feels like, again, not to get too woo-woo on you. If you're watching my channel, I bring the wellness and the woo for women primarily, okay? It felt to me like these are more karmic friendships. So what do I mean by that? Do you guys ever feel like you have karmic? What I mean by that is, I want to know what you when you hear me say karmic friendships, I can feel these are people I've been around. They're in my soul group. I met them and right away it was like this, right? Even some of the drama I'd have with family, maybe I'd have that drama with them. Like it just played out really, really. We were connected before. I really believe past lives. I believe you come in with a group of people and you interact with them over and over like a group of souls, okay? Like I said, I bring you the wellness and the woo. And so I can't just bring the wellness and I can't just bring the woo. Gotta combine them right now. That's right now. So you can't make friends. You have trouble making friends. This girl was talking about, yeah, years in a town. So, like I said, I've made friends, but in my case, like, okay, dating. So maybe it's not friends, you guys. Let me know if you feel me on this. It might be the dating just doesn't work, right? But like I said, I've made friends. It has felt I was meant to meet these people. Does that mean I was meant to stay in the town? That's the question. I put that to you, right? So you say you met a best friend and you're like sisters now. Maybe it was to meet that person, but maybe you're not supposed to stay in that town, right? That's a very real possibility. I don't think we're raised with that. It's not something people talk about. Think back in the day, people didn't, you guys, the town I'm in, there's a very famous artist, and I went to his open air museum. I mentioned it last week. Beautiful sculpture, he literally makes the stones make music. And the girl talking about him said he was discovered as an artist at age 19 because his friends stole one of his sculptures, you guys. They stole it, took it into a big exhibition in the city, which is literally a half hour from here. They said up until that point he had never been into the city himself. But when they did that, then the judges were like, "Oh my God, who is this young artist?" So like in many parts, when I even lived in the Bronx, you guys, in New York City, I remember years ago, somebody said something like they hadn't left. Actually, it was in Brooklyn, and they hadn't been out of Brooklyn, and I was like, "What? What do you mean you haven't been out of Brooklyn?" Because it's New York City, right? You guys know there's five boroughs, right? I hope I'm right about it. It's five boroughs, right? The person hadn't been out, and I want to say they said the neighborhood, but that couldn't be right. Anyway, so you might be in a place, again, you might have been born there, you might have been brought there, by family, you might have moved there for your girlfriend, your partner, your boyfriend, and it's not the right place for you. All right, which is tricky if you went there for somebody. Like, what do you do? So that is how the fifth way you can know that you may not be in the right place is you cannot make friends. All right. And I don't know if you all guys have noticed, there's a lot of videos on YouTube. It's a trend. I'm not falling into this trend, but people who are like, yeah, I'm 50 and I have no friends. And I'm 35 and I have not a single friend. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. And they get huge amount of views, you guys, huge. So I'm smiling, but there is a loneliness epidemic. So I'm not even saying they're faking it, but it's just my point. Maybe you need to move. Maybe it isn't you. Maybe it is you. Maybe it is you. But maybe you're living in Texas and you're more of a Vermont person. Maybe you're in Vermont and you're more of a San Francisco person, right? And you're in Vermont. Okay? You guys get what I'm saying? So yeah, Melanie, I really hope you are able to. And you guys stick around. I will pull some cards. So, and you'll have to let me know if you want me to pull cards for you. You can let me know with say cards in the chat. All right. And so you ready for the final way that she gave? Because she gave 6 signs. I'm gonna, if I can think of more, but I really think she covered it really well. The sixth way you could know that you may not be in the right place for you. You might not be in the right location. Okay. And this is deep, and it fits with kind of, I think, where we are in the United States right now, is that the country, this is how she put it, because I think I copied it exactly. The country hates people like you. And she gave examples. She's like, maybe in that country, like successful women aren't viewed positively, or it's a country where, again, like women, it's better married with kids, and you happen to not, you're single and you don't want children, right? Or she gave a couple other reasons, but countries where there's an ideal, or like you're gay and the country is really, really conservative and anti-gay, like straight up anti-gay. So the country hates people like you. All right. What do you guys think of this? Because I was like, yeah, that's a big one. That's a really big one. Given the current climate, like right as I'm recording this right now, there is I think it's Los Angeles, right? You guys saw there's like, um, whether to call it riots slash protests, as people are being grabbed and pulled out. I was hearing two different sides of the story, and they were very different as to why people were like, why there were even so many people there. One I heard from a person who was eyewitness there is like, well, traffic was actually stopped. Like literally a truck came and blocked traffic. So people are in their cars. He's like, we were not there to protest. We were like stuck in our car because we could not go through because there was a large, a vehicle um, where they were going to go take out, illegals into this vehicle. And he's like, so we were like, at first, what's going on? And then we saw what was happening. Um, so yeah, if you're in a country where, like I said, it could be for many reasons. It could be the type of woman you are, the type of man you are. It could be your personality. Like I hear you guys, a lot of the like Northern European countries, the people are like, they're more inward, right? They're it's just it's a cultural difference. And maybe you should be more in Spain because you're super social. Maybe actually you should be in Brazil because you meet somebody and you'll sit and talk with them and just like that, right? I am, even though I said I'm an introvert, I'm a little bit like that. Like if I like somebody and I feel comfortable with them, we hit it off, I will have a long conversation with them. So is the country, again, this is the country, but I think it could also be the state. I wrote a comment under her video because, again, back to my comment of you might be in a state that is particularly unfriendly to you if you're in the US, or regions, right? In the different countries, some parts are more really conservative, some parts are more liberal and like live and let live, right? Like, I don't do what you do, but I don't care because, you're a different religion, you're a different orientation, you do your hair in this weird way with colors. And I'm just like, but, I don't care. You do you, and you let me do either. So maybe it's not that the country hates you, but it could be that that region is, maybe you're in some of you watching, because I do have viewers from around the world, maybe you're in a very Catholic part of your country, very, very strict Catholic, and you're Baha'i, or, you're just like spiritual but not religious. So don't not take this seriously, okay? You really can be held back, I believe, and as a spiritual teacher, I think you can be held back in life if you are not in the location you were intended to be in. And how could that happen? I think in some cases you might have gotten signs you should be somewhere else, but you may be not listening to your intuition. And that's always my thing. You guys know I talk about and teach about trusting your intuition. Now, it doesn't mean you have to do everything that you think your intuition tells you. It doesn't, okay? That's some confusion for people. It's like, okay, my intuition kind of feels like I should do this, but I really don't want to do that. I would tend to say it's rare that that happens. For me, it's actually rare. My logical mind will say to me, that's what you should logically do for this goal you want. And my intuition will tend to be like, no, because you're not feeling that. You don't have a good vibe about that. You're not excited about that. You don't have energy about that. Okay. So I think it's actually rare that your intuition will kind of move you to do something that doesn't feel right. So let me look at your comments. Please comment. I want to know what you guys think. Do you want me to talk about, I mean, to me, I would say, and I'm not saying everybody can do this, it really was somebody else helped me be able to be traveling. Okay. Somebody else actually helped me, but there were logistics that I had to do or it wouldn't have happened. I could have just stayed where I was. So it's not just about, oh, well, Viv, you had the money. Um, it's definitely part of it. But as I said, even last week, I sublet, like I'm covering my expenses. So it's not like I'm like flying high and just like, oh, I'll just pay for my place there and I'll pay for, I can travel. No, no, no. I'm basically trying to replicate my expenses as I'm traveling, meaning I'm not duplicating it. My expenses are covered. I've got a subletter. I've got somebody paying those bills because they're living in my place. So basically, I've just transferred myself, right? I'm not like jet setting. I've just transferred myself to different countries. So let me see what Malaya shared. Thanks for your comment, Goddess. And anybody else, don't be shy. You don't have to bear your whole life. But I want to know what you think about this, what I'm saying, and I should title this as Location is Important. And I don't mean if you have a store, location, right? They say location, location, location is important. All right. Malaya says, I went to Costa Rica for a month and my life felt so much more in alignment. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Warm climate, right? More laid back. You know the Pura Vida, right? That's their statement, Pura Vida, like pure life. And of course, there's poverty. Not everybody's doing that. There's robbers and bad people like anywhere in the world. But and this is to my point again to emphasize it. You're talking about the general quality of a place, right? Like I said, yeah, there's always criminals, there's always crazy people, there's always hateful people, but a place has a vibe. So I've never been to Costa Rica, but I could see that. I was much more connected to my femininity and the world around me. So, Malaya, how can we get you back there? Girl, check out Panama too. Panama, just because you said Costa Rica, Panama's even easier to move to and it's less expensive. So, Malaya, literally this whole live might have been for me to share that with you. Okay? That's what I mean. Like, I think that spirit, I don't think, I know spirit is always speaking to us. And so maybe I just came on here for one or two of you, 50 of you watch the replay, and maybe 10 of you are like, oh my God, this is what I needed to hear because you were already thinking that way. It wasn't like I'm like, yeah, you should go to Costa Rica, right? She's sharing here the same way. Malaya, when I went to Italy for the first time, that was how I felt. I felt very much more. Part of that is just travel. It was my first time traveling abroad. I mean, I came from Jamaica, but I was a kid. Okay, came to America. But when I was in Italy, it's because everything's new. So I felt very alive. So that's normal. That's like you should feel that. But I also felt more feminine in and so yeah, divine feminine watching this. That's okay. Make that 7 on my list. Okay. She came up with the 6. I resonated with them, but I'm going to say you feel more, I'm not going to just say feminine, but you feel more you. Thank you for that, Malaya, because that's actually probably the most important thing. So thank you for that, goddess. You feel more you in a place. You feel more like the real you, the authentic you. Thank you for that, Malaya. Seriously, that's what it is. So I'm just going to quickly go through for those of you just joining. These are 6 signs that you aren't where you're supposed to be, that you're not in, as I'm titling my video, you're not aligned. The place doesn't align with your vibration and is not supportive of you. Okay. The first one was you're literally, your home never feels clean. No matter how much you clean it, you feel like there's some like a sense of cruddiness or clutter or like dirt to it that is not real, but it just feels like that. 2, you feel uninspired. I put low energy. You're either tired or anxious in this location. You're constantly on edge because of safety. Of course, those can overlap, right? That was the 4th one. Safety, you just don't feel safe as a woman. You cannot make friends. Really important. That's the 5th one. And the 6th one was the country generally proclaims negative things about the type of person you are. If you are in a country where people of color and Black people are not liked or spoken very often negatively about, right? And you're there and people are like, maybe that's not the country for you. It might be for some other person of color. They may have a different experience because I do think this is personal. A lot of this is personal vibration. match to the energy of the place. But like I said, the country hates people like you, right? You're in a very strict country with a very, very strong religious influence, and you are gay or bi, and it's the country. You're not going to shift the country, okay? The country isn't going to shift for you, okay? That's a really important point. The country, it may shift slowly, and occasionally a country does shift very quickly. But more typically, I would say from my heart, as I'm thinking about this, you guys, more typically a country shifts, I think, more tightening, not so much loosening. And I'm sure there are examples going the other way, and it does swing, right? The 60s in America, things like swung one way, right? Very liberal hippies, races, started to be able to mix a little bit without somebody being killed. Um, so it can happen, but then often there's a swing back the other way, okay? But and my point, that seventh one, is a sign you're not where you're supposed to be is when you don't feel like you, and you go to another place, even just for a vacation, and your you comes out. Your, who you are, your vibe, your energy just blossoms, okay? That is a real thing. That is a real thing. Malaya says, I'm working on it. I'm saving plan to move. Okay, good, good, good for you. But Malaya, yeah, have you checked out Panama at all? And okay, let me get my card. So if you're just joining in, I see, yeah, it's 7 where I am. Let me just get my cards. Stick around if you would like me to pull for you. Okay, so that was, I'm gonna get my tarot. Am I gonna do tarot? I don't think I'm going to do tarot because I want to leave my cards out, the cards that I pulled for myself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the star seed because I think this is more of a star seed thing, and maybe ocean as well. But this is about your energy. This is about your vibration. So I believe I'm going to use this deck. So let me see who had said yes for a card draw or reading. Let me see. Okay, Real Divine. Okay, Real Divine. All right, give me a yes in the chat, and please give the video a thumbs up. All right, and if you are interested in just the stuff that I teach, I am going to be doing a series of classes, and I don't have the link prepared to place right here, but on manifestation, because this topic has to do with your ability to manifest. And she actually said something that I wrote down that was really deep. And really hear me on this. Those of you who are still here, you're here for a reason. You're here for a reason. She said, the video that inspired me, she said, no manifestation or high vibe energy is possible when lack of safety is a daily reality. So back to, was it number, I closed it, number 5. I think it was 5, that was safety, number 4 or 5. It's true. You cannot manifest with ease. Think of people in the world who are in real danger situations. It's hard to get, because they're down at survival level. It's hard for them to get like a vibration of feeling, at one with the universe, at one with ancestors, divine, God, spirit, right? So I thought that was a really interesting comment that she said, no manifestation or high vibe energy is possible when lack of safety is a daily reality. And so just for some of you goddesses watching this later, whether in the US or wherever, lack of safety, right? Lack of safety. So Malaya, I love your plan. Let me see. Malaya, would you like me to pull the Oshun deck, or would you like me to pull the Starseed? I'm going to give you a choice. The Oshun deck could also, I think Starseed is a little bit more targeted for my topic, and generally, just to keep it fresh each week, I kind of pull around my topic. So does that make sense? Like I pull about what I'm talking about. So for both of you goddesses, let's see. Okay, so for Real Divine. Also, let me know, do you want me to use the Oshun deck, which is inspired by the African Oshun? This is the cover. Or do you want me to pull from the Starseed Oracle, which is a little bit more like ethereal? I feel like one's earthy and one's ethereal, if that makes sense. Okay, yeah, let's see. Okay, Malaya says ocean. Okay, all right, let me shuffle. So related to place and getting into your perfect place and getting alignment. I'm going to even broaden it, Malaya, so it really works for you because you already kind of know where you want to go, right? So I'm going to say, what does she need to know? What does this goddess need to know for getting her life in her highest alignment? What does she need to know to get her life in her highest alignment? With the greatest ease. I love that. With the greatest ease. Okay, let's do it. I'm just going to pull the card and pull it straight up to the camera. So let's see. All right. Ooh, okay. I get this. And Malaya, I also get it reversed. And you guys, you can't make this up. Remember what she said about her femininity? Look at the card I pulled for her. Check this card out. Okay, is it reversed? You guys can read it, right? It says Oshun the Seductress. You can't make this up. She's like, when I'm in Costa Rica, I felt more feminine, and the card she got was about like that, the quintessential, let's just say more classical femininity. Yeah. So it says sensuality, attraction, feminine power. Malaya, tell me, but you got it reversed. So goddess, what this means when I pull even an oracle card reversed, it is means you're having some trouble, which like I said, it just fits with what she just told us. You're having trouble tapping into that. So the cards, Spirit just confirmed what you said, right? Because the card was pulled this way, it came out of the deck this way. So for you, you're having trouble in this place tapping into your sensuality, your attractive power, power to pull, and your feminine power. Tell me that that's not amazing. Those of you who are here, some of you have been quiet. I mean, I shuffled the deck, right? It's face down here now. You saw me. I didn't pick that out for her, and it exactly fit with what she was saying. Really fascinating. So let me know, Malaya, what do you think of that? And let me see though. She usually gives an affirmation. So give me one moment. I'm going to read from that. And hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me switch modes here on this. Okay, cool. All right. Let me see if we can get a. This is card number 25 in the deck. And she basically told us, this is why I want to move to this other country. I feel more feminine. I feel tapped in. And the card I pulled for her is like, yeah, you're not tapped in. And so Spirit is saying, yes, you've got that right. You've got that absolutely right. Okay. Let's give you, okay. So as much as you can in this country, as much as you can, this is the affirmation. I embrace my sensuality as a sacred power. I embrace my sensuality as a sacred power. They're talking a lot about self-love rituals, rituals in the bath, rose petals, essential oils, candlelight, and just really, as best you can, and I really do want to encourage you to do that because that is your manifesting power, Malaya, is the feminine power. I think you would be great in my classes that I'm going to be teaching. I'm going to place the link below the video as soon as I end the live. So just to tap more into the power of seduction, that feminine power that pulls in, that is like a quiet power that pulls rather than goes out and hustles, right? The hustle, that external is a masculine approach, which we need. We need balance, obviously. But the balance needs to match with what you are. So I truly do believe this. Typically it does match. So men are going to they have more testosterone. They have more of a certain sort of like aggression, right? And to go for things. And it's not that women can't, but I think it needs to come from a different place. but we do definitely still have that masculine, but we also need to balance the feminine. So I hope that was helpful. That was Malaya. And let me just see your comments. Sorry, guys, my nose is itching me right now. This always happens. You go live and all sorts of things, random things happen. Okay, hi, sun-kissed Kuri. Hey, welcome back, welcome back. Okay, so Malaya said the Oshun deck, and I just pulled that for her. Malaya, let me know what you think, because like I said, Spirit literally is just seconding what you said. There's no contradiction in this card. The card is just like, yes, yes, girl, you're right. Your feminine power is challenged in this country right now for you. You know, maybe for somebody else, it's still fine. All right. Who else wanted a reading? And let me, okay. So Divine 3 says Starseed. Okay, cool. All right. Guys, give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm going to take, how do I, hold on. Okay. Can you guys hear me? This is my audio. My audio is back as well as my visual. Okay. Malaya says it was. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It just confirmed. It was so on point. And I mean, I know most of this deck, it's still relatively new to me, but I know a lot of it. And that is literally the card that would address what you shared, what you yourself felt and intuited. Of all the cards in the deck, that was the closest to what you spoke. So you're on target. Yes. Oh, good. Okay. So Real Divine, let me shuffle Starseed for you. So you guys really let me see if I can find the link really quick. To my Aligned and Abundant. It is a series of classes I'm going to be teaching. Let me add it after. I don't want to hold up the live to do that, but I'm going to, Malaya, I really think it would help you. I'm really, really good at helping people manifest what they desire. Often, and I will also bring in my intuitive as well to it, but often I can see what's blocking them. Okay. So, yeah. Any of you right now, I'm thinking it will just be women in the cohort, and it does combine several of the programs I've taught before, the element of the divine feminine, the element of how to work with our subtle energy to be more balanced, to be more embodied. We will do definitely some meditations. And right now I have it planned for 4 classes, and you can register for them individually, okay? I will announce it really, really soon. So again, Real Divine, to keep each live fresh, I kind of pull around the topic that I'm talking about. So for you, I'm pulling from the Starseed deck, and as I'm just going within, this is about how can you align your life, whether it's about being in the right place or how can you get your life in really divine alignment. Let's see what the Starseed Oracle says for you. For Divine 3. Yeah, there's one card and it's stuck. Okay, that wants to count. Okay. Wow. Oh, I love this. Seriously, guys. Real Divine. I was getting this when I got this deck, and you can go back. There's a series of videos where I was pulling these cards a lot, and I had just got the deck. I got this like 3 days in a row. Okay, so what she got is a new earth, a new earth. Let me take Malaya off. So this is for you, goddess. So this new earth, it says it's happening. Keep holding the vision. This almost makes me like I got so, because I was getting a little discouraged, as I was saying, with the way things are going out in the world as an empath, starseed, very highly sensitive spiritual person. You know, you watching this, right? You could understand how we could start to feel a little discouraged. Like, what is up with humanity? And this card, like I said, I think I got it 3 days in a row, and then it skipped a day, and I got another card. It just kept coming back. And so let me read you the meaning of this, and I'll tell you what I remember from it. But yeah, you just got so emotional. Yeah, see, guys, this is my problem. I just got emotional. She got emotional. Was it me getting emotional? I don't know, because I really do tune in, and you saw my voice change, and I just tuned into you. This is a card of hope, okay? It's a card saying that You incarnated, you knew the shit was gonna go down. And it's trying to give you like energy to not give up. Okay, so a new earth. Like I said, this is a beautiful, very, very powerful card. And it's saying a new earth is coming, just everything kind of has to like almost be destroyed or break down. Okay, that's the gist of this card, is that you have to hold the vision of what you want. It is coming. Do not be discouraged. Do not get depressed. Do not get disheartened. Okay, so it's happening. Keep holding the vision. Don't give up now. You're closer than you think. And so it speaks to your real divine. It speaks to your, oh my God, look what she just said, you guys. She said, I've been feeling so stuck and stagnant lately. And the card, the meaning is, don't give up. You're closer than you think. I'll hold it up if you think I'm making this up. Can you see that? Can you see that? The very first lines? This is a message for you, goddess. All right. You've been feeling stuck and stagnant. One, you're watching this video. Maybe it is a change of place that you need. Now, for you, I mean, it could just be a change local of place. It's not necessarily a new country, but again, you tuned into this video. I think there's a reason you tuned in. And like I said, then to get a card drawn, don't give up now. You're closer than you think. I know it's hard to hold the frequency of the new age, and people also have demonized that phrase new age. They make sure they pull out like anything negative, they heighten it. So don't let any conditioning about that. It's the same way that's used against Black people, like, oh, you're Black, and it has associations for some people's, very negative because they've put it on there. Doesn't mean it means that, right? Do you know what I'm saying? So don't even let the phrase new age, because a lot of people, it's the same way with woke, for example. The word woke, that's now a code word for people who kind of like blanket, oh, this means you believe this and this and this and this, and you're like crazy, ultra like liberal, and you have all these beliefs that I don't agree with, and so you're woke. That wasn't what like woke meant, but they've redefining it. So I'm just saying to you, clear away any of the clutter around this. So I know it's hard to hold the frequency of a new age when it feels as if so much is crumbling and many are losing faith. This is your sign that you're facing the right direction, goddess. I love this for you. I genuinely do. I don't even know you. I don't know you. I mean, I may know you. I don't think I know you from your screen name, right? You may have come to me for a service. I don't know. I don't think so, though. You have a great gift in being able to see the potential of things before they exist. And like I said, I kept getting this because I was really getting disheartened. I landed in England, you guys. I had just left the US. I was in England. I just bought the friggin' deck. This card over and over and over. New earth, new earth, new earth. Hold the vision, hold the vision. Don't give up, don't give up. Tend to the new seeds, dream them into existence. Don't lose faith now. Keep your focus fixed. I love that for you, Real Divine. So let's talk her through this, guys. And I see some of you just joining. Welcome. We shifted a little bit. My topic was how to know if the location you're in, whether it's that apartment, that state, or that country, is not right for you and does not nourish your vibration. That was how I started. Go back and watch it after. I listed 6 ways you can know, actually 7. And so some of the women who have been here, some of the people who've been here, I'm doing readings for them. And here I've been so stuck and stagnant. And she got this card, which is basically hope. It's like, do not give up. You're facing the right direction. So tell me why. Tell me, I don't want to talk to you about how you feel stuck and stagnant. I want to talk to you about what lights you up a little bit that you're not paying attention to. That's what I want to ask you, Real Divine. What lights you up, or what inklings have you been hearing? What whispers that you're not paying attention to? That's what I want to know, Real Divine. Okay? Because if I ask her, you guys, if I ask her, well, tell me where you're stuck and where you're stagnant, what is she going to do? She's going to go find a reason that she feels stuck and stagnant. Okay, do you see? So the question is important. How you frame that question is important. So let me put up some of your comments. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm seeing some longer comments up here now. Okay. Oh, okay. They're from Clara. Clara's got a lot of comments. Okay, Clara, I might not put all of them up, but let me just see what you're saying. Clara's Creative Corner. Okay, yeah. And Real Divine, I want to know, I want you to talk back to me about this card. This is a really good card. This is a card of hope. This is a card is like, no, you're going in the right direction. But my sense is, since you say you feel stuck and stagnant, is you're not listening. Okay? Okay, so let's see this comment. Hi, Viv. The title of this live speaks to me. Some longing to live somewhere else keeps coming up for me the past weeks, but I have trouble figuring out what this is or where it comes from. Wait, okay, why do you need to know where it comes from? What does that mean, where it comes from? Does it come from Mexico? Like, don't worry about where it comes from. And I don't know that you have to figure it out. What I teach, start looking for signs. Before you go to bed, this is for all of you. This is great. I'm just going to give you a process right now, okay? Write this down. Before you go to bed, get really relaxed, okay, first. And then as you close your eyes, just say something like, please give me clarity, give me an answer, show me signs about this feeling I have that I'm supposed to, this longing to live somewhere else. And then pay attention over the next few days, maybe a week. And if you don't get an answer, ask again, because your mind is like, oh, she doesn't really care. And she doesn't listen to me. That, Clara, I don't know. I'm just getting it. Like, your mind might be like, well, she's not going to listen to what I say anyway. So ask over and over, especially before you go to sleep. Okay? That will really help. Is it a desire, or is it running away from energies around me in my current surroundings? Ah, okay. Then, so Clara, then let me take you off for that because you may not want that. All right. It may be that you need to ask the question is, yeah, like you said, okay, why? But just because you own an apartment, and this is something actually the girl was saying that inspired me to make this video. Just because you own an apartment doesn't mean you have to stay there forever. Doesn't mean that maybe you're not due. I'm just going to kind of riff and try to channel a little bit here. It maybe doesn't mean that you can't take a 3-month sabbatical with your husband and go somewhere inexpensive and rent that apartment out, Clara. For instance, I'm just giving an example. I'm absolutely not telling you what to do, but I'm giving you ways to think about this. You've been having a longing to be somewhere else. Maybe there is a way, and maybe the apartment provides you the way rather than blocking the way. That was deep. That was, yeah, so I'm going to go on from there. I keep feeling, okay, less stuff, and the energy here feels stagnant. A lot of you are coming to me with the stagnant. That is interesting. What did I say for those of you who've been here at the beginning? I get a small group on the live, but the people who show up really resonate with what I'm talking about. It's as if I just was calling like just that group in, okay? And then more people watching the replay. Let me know if you're vibing with what we're saying. I love some friends that live close by. What this pull towards living somewhere else means. Okay, cool. Clara, I will do for you next. I think you are next. So guys, Divine 3, I didn't hear from you. Oh, she said she got emotional. I want to know. That was the last person I pulled for because she got this new earth. Let me read you, Goddess. I hope you're still watching. Okay, so she got emotional, and I literally said to her, I just was feeling very emotional. Then she's like, I got very emotional. I am empathic. How can you keep holding the vision? So there's this card, this New Earth card that I got for Divine, Real Divine 3, is a card of don't get discouraged about the way things look in the world right now. You're here. Hold your vibration, hold your vision for the future, because that is what you're going to manifest. So I think it's really beautiful. It also tells me you're pretty powerful energetically. Okay, Real Divine, because you're being told, yeah, don't, just don't. The sound is out. Are you guys getting to hear me? My headphones connected without me knowing. Sunkissed. Okay, don't scare me like that. Don't scare me like that. So who am I reading for next? I'm going to jump to Clara because, wait, Sunkissed, you had asked too, right? Did you tell me what deck you wanted me to use, Sunkissed? Sunkissed, tell me, do you want Starseed? Okay, or do you want Oshun? They are different. Whichever one you choose, I think will be the right one for you. Okay, so Sunkissed Kuri, let me know, and I'll pull for you next. Okay, I will tune in and draw for you next. All right, so it's just shifting my energy a little bit. Okay, going on to get ready for Sun-Kissed. Starseed, okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let me shuffle. What does she need to know to be in alignment and in the right place, literally, metaphorically, right? In the right place, energetically, physically, emotionally. What does she need to know to be in the right place? I'm feeling like I need to do this kind of, this is my fanciest shuffle, you guys. This one, what's the one where you split the cards and do that? I'm going to do that. Hold on. Cards are stiff. Okay, Sun-Kissed, I'm coming. All right, I'm just tuning in, doing some techniques to tune in. Okay, fanning out the cards, for Sun-Kissed. Okay, what does she need to know? Okay, cards are stuck. I think it's only one. Okay, this card, what is this? Okay, wow, look at this. What is this? Okay. All paths, you guys. Okay, let me take Real Divine down. Oh, you are here. Yeah. Okay, you responded. Oh, yes. Okay, Real Divine. I got to go back. I'm sorry. Yeah, you had just responded. So, yes, this is for Sun-Kissed Kuri, right? We got this. And then I'll do Clara. I'll work with Clara. Okay. So this beautiful card says all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. This is a card very much about, it's like the High Priestess in Tarot. So Sun-Kissed, yeah. I'm just looking at that. I forget what that's called. Those, not stone circles, kind of, but the ones where you walk, it's like a maze, but and it brings you in. The idea is it brings you to your center. So you're being told that you need to look within. The answer is not without. It's not outside you. Turn your gaze within. All paths lead home. All paths lead home. I feel like that's so. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze. It's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance. What's revolutionary? Revolutionary is revolve yourself, turn your gaze inward. You're being called to source your guidance from within. Okay? Let me give you the inquiry, Sun-Kissed. Okay? Get ready to write this down. This is like a journaling inquiry you can do. All right? And then I'm going to pull for one more person, and then I'll read some comments. Okay, yes, and it does say it's not about switching off. They're kind of saying, I'm not telling you to like not ever watch the news or not to know what's going on, which is the same thing I'm saying. But they're saying we need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. So yes, be aware of what's happening, but rather it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness. Yes, right. So I'm just remembering the key with this card they're talking about. Start your day pure, Sun-Kissed. Start your day with meditation or dance or being outside, getting your feet on the ground, doing your intentions. Don't start by letting the craziness that we are seeing, the craziness, the chaos that we are seeing in the world, that theater, that performance, don't let that take you off of your own wisdom, okay? Draw on the wisdom within. Let that be the authority in your life. And so the inquiry for you is, how are you being called to turn your gaze within? Okay, Sun-Kissed, how are you being called to turn your gaze within? You guys, that's why you're here. You all need to get on the wait list for my class, okay? For my class that, like I said, it will be 4 classes. I haven't envisioned just 4. It might be 3, but I think it needs 4, about manifesting. So I'm going to stop. I see your request, FY Flya. I see it. But Clara comes. I think Clara had wanted a reading. Clara, had you? Yes. And you had said either one. So I'll choose for you. So I'm going to pull for Clara, and then Phyla, Fyla, says Oshun. Wow, okay, I need flow with moving out of the flat I'm in. Okay, I got you, because that totally is the theme, right? Okay, so let me go back and read for Real Divine. I would say the desire to create. I've been trying to do little things here and there. I've been in survival mode since last year. I'm also grieving an old version of myself. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know that's a reply to my question, like what are the inklings you're getting? So yeah, I start creating. Get some colored pencils. They're cheap. Get some colored pencils. I don't know. Start to create. I've been trying to do little things. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, that is your message is don't lose faith. So, don't lose the fact that you are facing the right way. All right. So maybe just those little inklings, do something creative, keep doing the little things you're doing. And you say you've been in survival mode. What do you mean in terms of money or like just the money, financial struggles? Let me know, real divine. Okay. All right. So all paths lead home was for Sunkissed Curie. Let me know what you think, and I'm going to put this back. And I got to kind of break that deck a little bit, start the energy again. So let me read for Clara, Clara's Creative Corner, and um, for Clara. Clara, I think I'm going to stick with the star seed for you. You said either one. I think I'm going to do star seed for you. Let's see, more comments coming in. Yeah. Sunkissed. Okay, before I go on, and this gives me a rest, gives me a break, realign. Okay. Sunkissed says, thank you. This resonates. I have a great morning routine, but just started creating more boundaries. Hello. That's what her card said. Is like the practical aspect of it was don't give all these people, the outside world, too much of your mind space, too much of your energetic space, right? And she's just confirming. Just started creating more boundaries with my phone and my social media. Yeah. Anybody who on social media, if you look at them and you either feel more depressed, goddess, this is for any of you. Hey, I see some more folks joining. You feel more depressed or you feel inadequate or you feel like they're just showing off. I'm sorry, I'm done with the if I feel somebody's channel is just showing off, Instagram, this is Instagram. I just get tired. I'm just like, I'm tired. I'm tired. You're not, if they feel inspirational, that's different, right? So I follow some channels, maybe the people are in Italy, or I don't know, it could be anywhere, right? For you. If it feels inspiring, stay with it. But if it just feels like you're being like your nose is being like rubbed in like, I'm in Puerto Vallarta and you're not. And I'm on a yacht and you're not. Please cut those people out. Cut it out. Just cut them out. They don't need, they're taking your energy. And this was something I was really got for another video, really to talk again. This is becoming more and more about some certain entities, public figures kind of feeding on our energy or feeding off of our fear, feeding off of our attention. That is literally like food for them. So I love it, Sunkissed. She says, I am creating inner calmness before I go out into the world. Absolutely. And again, Spirit confirmed what you said. So you were right on point. You were not off in like La La Land, right? Because it's the exact same thing. Okay. So beautiful. So now let me pull for Clara's Creative Corner. Clara's Creative Corner, yes, you are who I think you are. Did you let me know if that thing, I'm just going to keep it vague, that thing worked for you, that you were going to order? Okay, if I'm remembering right, and I may not be, I may be, because I'm dyslexic, so I may be mixing up the screen name with someone that I actually interacted with, that was a client. So I'm not sure. So I'm doing stars. Oops. Okay, you guys, these cards jumped out for Clara. Okay, let me pick them up. Hold. Oh God. Whoa, that rarely happens, but okay. And this is how I picked them up. Oh my God, Clara, isn't this a New Earth card? Wow. And you got You're Not For Everyone. Wow, you guys, if you watch me regularly, okay, I've been doing spiritual practices for over 25 years. And starting to happen a lot in my readings is a theme. I'll pull the same card. Look at how many cards are in this deck. And like I said, these cards for her jumped out. So she got the same card that I pulled like 2 cards ago, a New Earth, but you're having trouble with it. So for those of you watching, I'm going to say this is our theme, okay, because it's come up twice now. So Clara, I don't think I'm going to repeat myself. Clara, let me know, did you see what I said to the person like 2 drawings before you? A new earth, holding the vision. It's happening. Goodness is happening. Change, positive change is happening. A new earth is being birthed, but all the ugliness has to come up. It's like pus in a wound, okay? Right? All the pus has to be exposed, whether that's in our media, whether that's in Hollywood, with like a Weinstein and us realizing just how much like sexual assault and harassment happens out there, whether that's the music industry with Diddy, and Diddy is not the only one. Like the ugliness has to come out about our systems, politics, political systems, right? The ugliness has to come out. So you're being told the same message is to keep the faith, keep going, and especially keep holding a vision of what you, of an earth. And again, this is really important. Some of you don't like when I say this. You can't just manifest for yourself. It will not give you as much. It's not really your for your soul, for your spirit, for your evolution. When you manifest also in a peaceful world. Envision everybody uplifting, not just yourself. Okay? I just got this phrase in my head. It's not like you don't want a mansion in the ghetto. Picture a mansion where other people also have nice houses, right? Like, so don't just envision for yourself. I'm not, this isn't for Clara, but I think for some of us, and there's some superficial people with manifestation on YouTube, where it is just about themselves. It's just about themselves. I just really urge you to think about when you're manifesting, put it in a context of greater peacefulness, joy, love, all of that. So Clara, you got this card, like I said. Let me read again for you there's an inquiry. The inquiry for this is, how can you keep holding the vision? So how can you, Clara, hold the vision? Oh, you did miss it. Well, yeah. The world needs more dreamers like you, more people with hope in their hearts. It's basically saying a new earth is being birthed, but there's tremendous ugliness, and you need to not get dissuaded, depressed, or off your path because of it, right? It's a card of hope. I'm going to hold it up because, especially with the star seed, the person who made it and the artist are like, it can help you really. Looking at the image can be helpful for you to tap in. And I agree, the images are just very beautiful and very soft, right? She's in water, the emotions, and yet this beautiful world right above her head, right? And the stars, like very galactic. Dig your devotion deep. Don't question yourself now. Don't waver, Clara. For if you do not, in the distant future, you'll be able to sit back and watch all that you've carefully planted and nurtured grow and bloom. So I think this is our theme, all of you watching this. Those of you who've remained silent, I do think this is a theme for us right now. For any of you who watch this, in the future, this new earth. And another card jumped out, like I was shuffling, it went to the floor. The other card is this one, which I get occasionally. I don't get this one as much, but I get this for myself. You are not for everyone. So Clara, this card is for you, and I love this, right? It's like this person who's, and dramatically this cape blowing, their clothing blowing, and they're standing alone. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. Can you guys see how this goes together for her? Because she got this reversed, right? So she's having some difficulty with that, and this card reinforces. Don't try to be like everyone else. There are things about you that not everybody's going to like. Not everybody's going to resonate. And I don't know if this is coming up for you in your career. I'm not sure in what area this is coming up for you. It may be in a family of a spouse or loved one. Okay? You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Your starseed inquiry. This is for Clara. And you guys, please give the video a thumbs up, okay? Especially if you have to run, give a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Your soul inquiry that you can journal on, Clara, is how, I'll say as you, how can you embrace your weirdness and not care so much about what other people think? Like the phrase, fly your freak flag, right? This is like, how can you embrace your weirdness and not care so much about what others think? Don't waste your time. Don't waste your precious time and your gifts trying to convince others of your value. They won't ever want what you're selling. Don't try to convince them to walk alongside you. You'll be wasting both their time and yours. Yeah, that's a deep card of you. Yeah, yeah. I want to hear from her. She says, yeah, wow. Here we go. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to put her comments up, her response. You'll see. Oh, I do. Okay. It's amazing. She's typing, wow, incredibly relevant for me right now. Yep. Incredibly relevant for me right now. Yes. You're trying in some way to get others to like you, approve of you, say nice, supportive words to you. I'm also feeling, and you know, like I said, you're not for everyone, right? Your gifts, they may never see it. It doesn't mean that you don't have that gift. It doesn't mean that you're not right. It doesn't mean that you are not bringing the light into the situation, but it just means that they're not going to resonate. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. And her, let's see, a third comment. Yes, I will embrace my weirdness more. Because the thing is, you're probably, this is the topic of the video, Clara. You made it, came in late. It's about you might not be in the right place. So it might be the job, right? All of you watching this, the right place. Could be just apartment or home. Could be the right location, part of your state, right? Again, if you're in America, we run the gamut from you're in Georgia, you're in Florida, to you're up in Seattle, you're in Portland. It's like vastly different worlds. You're in New York City. No, you're in Boston, right? They're different. So your weirdness fits somewhere, Clara. So it could be because you came to this video, this could just be your message, but it could also be that there needs to be a change of place. Okay, last one I think I'm going to do. I've been going for an hour, 20 minutes. Let me hang on, guys. Give me some comments. Let me know you're still here. All right, I'm going to do, what do I have this down to? Because I don't understand centigrade, you guys. I have it at 22. Oh, but I don't have it on cool. Gosh, I have it on this funny symbol of a drop. I don't know what that means. It's probably humidifying. Okay, I'm putting it on 21. Anybody know what 21 centigrade is in Celsius, so I know what I'm actually cooling myself down to? Let's see. Let me type one thing, and then I'm going to come back to you guys. Give me some comments. All right. So some of the services I offer, guys, I offer chakra energy healing, where I literally do distance healing and I work with your energy. I also offer more health coaching related to stress, especially if you have like a chronic illness. This could be good. But I really work with the stress that is underlying most illnesses. So those are two things that you can see me for. But what I will be doing, hold on, let me see if I can get this to pop up really fast, is my lessons on my classes on a manifestation, guys. So I'm looking at another screen. That's why I seem distracted. Let me just see if I can pull up the page, because several of you, literally, I would say about 3 of you that I've interacted with would be helped by this. And let me just try to get the right page. Let me get the link. Okay, I found it. I found to get the page link. So this is Aligned and Abundant. It isn't just about money, though, because I named it. It isn't just, the abundance isn't just about money. So I'm going to put the link in the comments right now, okay? Get on the wait list. It's about manifesting what you desire. So I'm basically going to be teaching you manifestation techniques that you can use for whatever you desire. Now, I usually taught this in a longer, more expensive course, and it was 8 sessions. And so I have some testimonials coming up. I don't think it's not on this page. So sign up for the wait list. The wait list just expresses interest, that you are interested in, hey Shawnetta, that you're interested in learning how to manifest. But you can see I'm a very intuitive person. The cards I've drawn have really resonated with each person. So I would bring that as well to our classes. I liked my 8 session because in 8 sessions we could go really deep. But what I've heard from some of you is it's easier for you to sign up for something that's shorter. You just want something that's shorter, and I'm going to teach individual classes so you can kind of pop in. I don't think it's, well, if you do all of them, it'll be as powerful, right? And I'll have to like squeeze what I can in, but it'll be 4 classes and about manifesting. And so I just put the link in. I just put the link in here. Let me see one thing. All right, so this is just for the wait list. Hold on, I want to check one thing here. Okay, because I had changed the name. I had you guys vote, and you guys did vote. You definitely liked Aligned and Abundant, but a lot of people are using that name, so I didn't want to get into issues with. There are quite a few people because it has a nice alliteration, right? Aligned and Abundance. So I had to change the second part. So what came to me, and I really felt it, was Aligned and Abundant, a goddess guide to attraction. Okay, a goddess guide to attraction. I like it. So that's kind of the whole name. Let me put it in the chat. And that's what I will be working with you on. That's the full, whoops, let me go back to StreamYard. That's the full name, guys. All right. It probably will, each class will probably be around $49 or $50. But what I'm going to do, if you're on the wait list, I'm going to offer the early enrollment, and I will offer a steep discount to get the initial people in, okay? So look out for that. It will be, I'll probably offer it, like if you buy the bundle of 4 classes with me, you'll get a nice steep discount, okay? So look out for that. Join the wait list. All right, so who am I pulling for now? Okay, and I'm pulling the Oshun deck, I believe. So that really resonated for Clara's Creative Corner. All right. Oh, I love that imagery. That's really pretty. I need to flow with moving out of the flat. Okay, absolutely. So let me get Oshun ready, and let me just kind of clear that. Okay, feeling a little bit, my energy's going down just a little bit. So I think, this might be the last person. Yeah, thank you. Oh yeah, thank you. I think it's a great title. Let's see. Hey, Shawnetta. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, and Sunkissed, check it out. Check it out. Some of you have taken courses with me, or maybe you've come for different things. Maybe you're reading, like a full reading or something. Yes, this is open to women. It is open to women from around the world. All right. I think we as women need to pull together. It just isn't my vibe to exclude, because I think as women we have more in common, and I think also for women who are high vibration, hopefully you also get that we're really like, there's one boat. There's one big boat, and the boat's got holes in it. People are shooting holes in the boat. The boat's starting to sink. Maybe they're little lifeboats. We'll go out in the lifeboats, right? But so women from around the world are welcome to take the classes if you vibe with me, which you do if you're watching. And so anyone who enrolls will vibe with me and will totally be a wonderful part of the group. So let me go. Melanie, sorry, I just saw, yeah, no. So now I'm pulling for FYLA, Ocean. I need flow with moving out of the flat I'm in. Okay, she needs, yeah, this came right away, this card. Okay, wow. This is the worthiness card. You guys, I get this a lot. I really do. This is for many of us. Look at this. In fact, I got this today for myself. So your card, okay, Phyla, or FYLA, is Oshun's Ashe. It's okay, worthiness, right? Worthiness, self-worth, self-respect. So I would say for you, hold on, work on that, because you're saying you need help with moving out of the flat. Work on your worthiness to move to this new place. Like, what's the issue exactly? So you need flow. Do you need a replacement? Tell me in the chat. Do you need a replacement person? Let's make an affirmation for her, guys, once she shares. Like, what do you need? Is it that you need another place to live? You need somebody to take over your lease? Like, what exactly do you need? But it is related to your sense of self-worth. So you're being told to just get really clear that you deserve your desires. What you want is positive for you. It's positive, as I said, when you really want to manifest, it has to be positive for at least one or two other people. So your manifestation should not be harmful, okay? Your manifestation should not harm others, clearly, because that's going to blow back to you. So let me read you let's see, that's card number 15 from the Ocean deck. Okay, this is your affirmation, and this comes directly from Abiola Abrams. This is not my affirmation. I'm going to give you her affirmation, the creator. Yes, oh, you're welcome. Honestly, I don't even remember what I said. I'm literally channeling. I will say stuff. When I was teaching yoga classes, there would be people, they're just like, oh my God, you said such and such. And it just really hit me. And I'm like, I did? They're like, yeah, you said. And I'm like, I don't even remember saying that. I really don't remember saying that. So whatever, you're welcome. You're welcome. This is your affirmation. Ready? I am worthy of love, success, and abundance. Okay, I like it. It's simple. I am worthy because this is about worthiness. This is, Oshun's mirror. It's, beauty. It's this your inner beauty, right? You are worth it. No, don't let anybody cut you down. Don't let anybody, and it's not by fighting with them. That's not the feminine way, okay? That might be the ghetto feminine way. That's not what we're doing here. Okay. It that hurts my heart because what popped into my head was that beautiful girl who went on vacation. Tell me, I know you guys know this case, with her friends. She went on vacation with her friends. Four of them, I think, four other people. And you can see they left the girl in the bed with like injuries. They had somebody look at her, but then they like put her in the bed and pretended something. So, we then see a video of another woman beating the crap out of her, just punching her. And these are her friends, right? So no, that's not our we do not do that ghetto approach, right? No, 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 no. I am worthy of love, success, and abundance, and you take your energy back from anybody who doesn't see that, all right? And it's more, and I've been really getting this, you guys. I've been channeling this more. Spirit has been saying to me, for us women, especially if you feel challenged in your self-worth because of others, which many of us, and especially women of color, especially Black women and women of color, that can often happen. Our bodies might be criticized, or actual skin tone criticized. It happens to other cultures too, of course. It can happen to Asians specifically. Um, Southeast Asians also get that. Like a lot of Southeast Asians, I didn't know this, they call themselves brown girls, right? So they're not Black, but they're like, I'm a brown girl. So many of us we can get negative from people. And this card that I pulled for you is like, you just need to up your self-worth, your self-esteem. I would literally do it in a mirror. Okay, that's my advice for you. It's very hard. Do some affirmations looking in the mirror, really powerful, to yourself. Just say, I am worthy. I deserve blah, 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 blah. I am worthy. I'm a child of God. Like, go in whatever direction you need to build. Okay? I hope that served you. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, yes, and she breaks it down. I need another place to live independently. Okay, like not with roommates, right? You don't want roommates. So you need to write some affirmations. Guys, give her some affirmations. Those of you who are here, help her provide some affirmations. When I hear independently, I'm getting that maybe yeah, you don't want to be with family, or maybe you were living with a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle or roommates. So yeah, make an affirmation about that. I love and I'm enjoying my beautiful new, is it apartment? My townhome, like whatever. I'm not so much a house person, unless the tiny house. I'm more of an apartment, I don't know, person. But FY, do what you want, get your vision clear, and then affirm that and do it in the mirror. I'm getting for that card for you that you need to look in the mirror and just repeat them loudly. You could even write them on the mirror, post affirmation cards around you, put it in your bathroom. If you're not living alone or you don't feel safe to do that, then just put it in your phone. You could even set a reminder. This is for any of us. We can do this every hour. Every hour, have an alarm, a soft alarm go off, like something really pretty, and or like have your screensaver say it. And so every hour when your alarm goes off, goddess, you just be like, okay, so nobody has to know what you're doing. All right, good, good, good. Let me see your comments. Yeah, so Aligned and Abundant is my new program. I have to keep mentioning it because folks come on, then they leave, then they go to the bathroom. Okay, you're not allowed to go to the bathroom. Aligned and Abundant, a goddess guide to attraction. All right. Like I said, I am chopping it down from 8, so it is a challenge for me. That's why I haven't like put up the full page yet, because I really need to think about what's essential. This is more like the essential guide to manifestation, because I am used to when I'm teaching it. When I've taught it in the past, I've taught it over 8 sessions, which took us almost like 10 weeks or something. It took us over a longer time, and each goddess that was in the group had her own project. One woman was trying to start a like a shipping, like a Amazon FBA. One woman wanted more abundance, and specifically for her and her son. One woman was wanting to shift out of her job in academia. So each woman came in with a project they were manifesting. So yeah. Okay, let's see. They were from my city, Charlotte, North Carolina. Wait, what? I'm sorry, I lost the train because I'm reading all these different chats. So the real divine, were you, what did I miss? What did I miss? Yeah, they were from my city, Charlotte, North Carolina. They were from my city. I'm sorry. Let me go back and see if I can figure out what I was referring to. Real divine. They were from my city. Okay, I'm not going to be able to track it back from all the different comments that come in, like, in their own time. So if you want to explain more, I'd love to know what you're talking about, because I don't remember. Okay. Constance, hey Constance. Constance says exactly what I needed to hear today. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you as well. We're going to do a little alignment meditation. I was taking a shower. I knew I was going to make this video for you, and then another idea came to me for what I call the Pillar of Light meditation. I think what I'm going to do. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let me stop here. Let me stop and put her comment up. You were speaking about the girl who got murdered by her friends on vacation. They were from my city. Wow, that's deep. That is really deep. You guys watching this, I don't know what city this person is from, but that example came up to me in answering a question, and I gave that example, and she's like, they were from my city. Yeah, those are not friends, obviously, right? But what's so sad to me about this girl, and I just remember how she had her hair, and she had her little baby hairs, and just really well put together, and that you would go on vacation with these people and not be aware of their character is what I'm saying. Just like, it's just sad, because on some level, I'm not blaming the victim. That might have been part of her innocence. She just didn't see, right? Real divine, like she didn't see the reality of these people that she's hanging out with. Like, it may not have been all of them, but as I've seen the case, I'm talking now from what I've read about this case. I'm talking about the one where beautiful young woman, African American, went to Mexico with like 3 other people, I think 2 guys or 1 guy and some other girls, and like I think it was a guy. And you literally see the video, it didn't come out right away, of this girl, and the girl was bigger, punching her, just really like wailing into her. And she was like just defending herself. She wasn't like even fighting back. And so that is so weird, real divine, that they're, yeah, from your city. Okay, gotcha. What is happening with that case, right? Because it happened in Mexico, guys, and like evidence, the whole thing with like, somebody comes in, cleans the room, or somebody, the American authorities are having trouble, but she clearly, like her neck, I think, was broken. Like clearly she was murdered. It wasn't, because then the stories weren't adding up. The stories were not adding up, is all I'm saying. So just really, hopefully, some justice for her. Yeah, hopefully justice for her. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So they're from Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't even know what made me bring that up. That's what I mean about the kind of channeling and all of that. So whew, I'm going to have some water. Those of you who are still here, we're going to do just a brief centering, okay, to shift our energy. I need to have some water. Acqua frizzante. I told you guys I'm so excited because where I am in Italy, instead of having like an old-fashioned well, it's kind of the same thing. They have like a little building where you can go and buy. You don't have to buy the water. It's really inexpensive. You can buy acqua naturale, which is just flat like regular water, or you can literally out of this tap in the middle of the town. There's two of them. You can buy like bubbling water, which I think is so cool. So let's just do a brief realignment of our energy. First, we're just gonna do a little shake. We're gonna do a little shaking because that coming in from that, I need to like switch my energy over. But again, this goes to the theme of my video, right? The theme was maybe you're not in the right place. And so for that young woman, I don't remember her name, but clearly those weren't her friends. And that was not a place she was supposed to be, right? On some level. Okay. So let's just shake it out a little bit. Yeah, stand up, you guys. And I might in the future get some music. I have to get, it has to be music that I can play on YouTube because obviously I can't just put on like a Beyonce song. I would be in trouble. You can't do that. I know most of you know that. But I may get music sometimes and just have us like shake it out and just dance, all right? So shake off the energy. And what I'm doing is I'm just lifting my heels up and down. This is actually like it moves your chi a little bit. So I'm literally just, my knees are slightly bent. Do this with me. My knees are slightly bent and I'm just literally lift my heel and drop it. Just drop it. And then just kind of shrug your shoulders, shrug your arms. The sun's getting ready to set here. All right, yeah, that made a big difference. A lot of times if you feel, a couple of you told me you feel stagnant and stuck, you need to do more movement. Just dance movement. Doesn't have to be anything elaborate. You need to just move your energy. Sit with your feet hip distance apart, spine nice and straight. Take several deep breaths in and out. And then I'll read your comment real divine. Yeah, it may for some people, but not every place is for everybody. And let's take our hands, bring the palms together. Open your arms out to the side. Just channeling this little bit of movement here. My palms are facing up like I'm open to receive. My arms are straight. And bring those palms together. Inhale as your palms go up over your head and then bring them down right to your heart chakra as if you're holding a little rose in between your two palms. Bring them right to your heart. Right? Place them in your heart. Inhale. Take in the energy of the divine. Cup your palms, bring them down. Right through your midline, through the third eye, down to the heart chakra. Really drop in with me, guys, if you can. If you're cooking, just put the stove on low for a moment or turn it off. Let's do one more time. Your feet are flat. You're touching the earth, right? Feel that your feet are literally on the earth. Inhale, last time, open your arms. Palms up, inhale. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Palms touch, slightly cupped, exhale. Right through the midline from the crown chakra, the third eye to the heart. And just place your hands, one hand on top of each other. Feel the crown of your head and feel that you're able to take in pure light energy like a pillar of light. Maybe I'll do a fuller video. Let me know if you'd like me to do that. But basically, envision a beautiful pillar of pure white light. Maybe it has a gleam of blue or yellow, just coming from above into your crown chakra. And that beam of light aligns with your spine, comes down this light, like a shaft of light, down the spine, down to the root. Again, the hands are at the heart center. Feel the bottoms of your feet. So move your attention now to your feet again. I'm just doing a short version here, so there's more I could add, but just feel the soles of your feet. Feet wide apart, hip distance apart. Your spine is straight. Lift up through the center of the chest and through the crown of your head. Breathing in, breathing energy and light into the heart. From above and below, at the heart, let's say the energy blends. The energy of Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, the living Earth, the planet that is our home, our biosphere, the soil, all the creatures, the crawly creatures, creatures on the land, creatures in the trees, creatures in the air, humans, animals, all. This is our home, connecting just with the energy of the earth, and then the energy of spirit from above, the cosmos, the ancestors, the wise ones. And just feel and imagine as you breathe in that from above and below, it's like the energy is magnetized towards your heart. Yes, and in your heart now, focus at the heart chakra. Just feel that the energy is there. You are tuned in to your highest soul vision for your life, for yourself, for the planet, for the new earth that is being birthed even now as we speak. Those of us who can hold that vision, that is why we are here. Detach yourself a bit from the programming that is meant to evoke fear through actions, through giving you images, feeding you negativity. Let's just feel now that with this light coming from above and below, from our root up to our crown, let's feel that that light expands out now, Goddess, so that it fills your whole body. The light sort of expands and gets bigger and bigger and bigger until you are in this light that is protective of you. You're an open channel for the divine from above, and you are the conduit into Mother Earth of this beautiful, loving, powerful energy. As a human being, you are a channel for that light. Maybe through your feet, beloved, you can imagine that you activate a grid of light that runs through the earth. Perhaps for those of you like you love crystals that did come out of Mother Earth. Inside the earth are these rocks that may look gray, and when you crack them open inside, right? If you've ever really seen like a large one, it's gorgeous amethyst. So these beautiful creations of Mother Earth, maybe you light up and bring energy into that from the divine, from above, through this pillar of light, through this connection, through your whole body. Your whole body connects, that beautiful divine energy connects down to Mother Earth. Again, it's like two opposite energies coming together in union, which is where the creation exists. Really bringing a sense of a masculine or feminine, or you could call it a yin and a yang, opposing energies that come together, matter and spirit, and you are the conduit for that. And just feel that. Feel now, and I can feel some of you are activating and feeling it from your tailbone. Feel the energy goes up to your crown. And it's like we're running the energy. Run the energy back down to your root, and run the energy back up to your crown. You might feel tingling at the crown of your head. Then run the energy back down. For some of you, it might be at your tailbone, or for some of you, the energy might actually reside at the sacral chakra, which technically means, Svadhisthana means sweetness, and it means her own abode. So for some of us, it's said that the Kundalini energy actually resides at the second chakra. It doesn't go all the way to the root. It's resting there. Deep breath in. Let's do one last time. Exhale and down. And then feel that your energy settles in your body naturally, healthfully, for your highest good. Bring your hands down. Palms are facing up. Palms are open like little cups, as if you could receive. And you receive grace, abundance, energy, joy, love. You receive all that it is for you to know, all that you need to be able to manifest your life on the planet at this moment is being given to you right now. You are receptive to it. Again, feel your palms being filled energetically with the codes and activation for all you need, again, to live the life you came to live and to manifest this new earth. Deep breath in, palms together. So it is. Let me know if you'd like me to just separate out that last little bit into a separate short video that you can do. I'm just sending out blessings to all of you watching in the future. May you be well, may you be happy, peaceful. May you live with ease of heart and mind. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. Thank you so much, those of you who stayed with me and did that. I'm going to stay on for just a minute or two more. I'd love to know how that served you and how you felt. Because the numbers stayed steady, so you guys stayed and did this practice, unless you were just eating and listening to me talk. But that really was channeled. That wasn't even what I thought I was going to do, but that was channeled. So be receptive, trust, be open. The guidance you need is going to be there for you, okay? But you have to really be quiet, get quiet, have quiet moments, listen. Remember, guidance can also come, not necessarily just when you're sitting in meditation, but once you've really aligned and you want an answer, it very much can come through books. It can come through anything. Someone will say something. You'll see a video pop up that isn't something necessarily you were searching for. A book will fall off a shelf. You'll notice a title that you never noticed before on your bookshelf that you just weren't paying much attention to. A TV show, a character will say something. Your aunt may call and she'll just say something in passing, completely random, and you start to see, yeah, that was a message. So let me just read some of your comments before I go. Hey, Sharon Eyes Makeup. Okay, yeah, the real divine. We were talking about that poor girl. Okay, North Carolina doesn't have the best vibes. Okay, yeah, and this was related to that famous case. Those of you just coming in, I don't think anybody has gotten responsibility for her passing yet. So I mentioned it, and the person, I think I literally was speaking to you. You're in the state where that crime happened. I truly believe I'd thrive. Yeah, I'm sure that's why you tuned into this video. Like I said, and it came to me also relatively last minute. So this theme, those of you who tuned in, this was for you. Okay, this was for you. Let me put it up. Yeah, Clara says, thank you, Viv, for this beautiful space. Thanks for watching the replay, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for that. Absolutely. It's nice to see you again. Yeah, let me put Clara's comment. Yes. Thank you so much. Beautiful meditation. Thank you. Really perfect. Because it sometimes can take time. Like I said, often before we go to bed. So FYLA says that was peaceful to do, and I received something to me energetically. Absolutely. Yeah. An energetic reboot, reset can happen at any time, you guys. And you saw and you felt I was getting that incident that I was referring to that happened, brought my energy down. And so I didn't want to lead a meditation from that space. And we just got up and we did a little shaking, right? shifted my energy, right? The beautiful thing about this for all of you listening, energy, as long as you're alive, there is movement, there is change, right? So don't don't even say I'm stuck, I'm stagnant. Do something to shift. It literally might be, and I have a video about this. Maybe if I can put it like 28 ways, because it's like some feng shui number, but literally just move things around your apartment. If you feel really stagnant, throw some things out. Um, Move where your coffee maker is. Move, like shift things. Clean your doorway. Like what is maybe old and ugly in your space that's affecting your energy? It's psychological, energetic. So there's things you can do. There's things you can do. Move the energy, whether it's by moving your body, move your things, throw things out. Um, there's ways that you can just move the energy. The energy is what makes us alive, right? The physical is a manifestation, is a vessel for that living chi, that living prana. Without it, you would just be like flesh, like you'd be dead, right? Like if you're walking and you see a dead bird, and some of you, I don't know why I said that, right? The life is gone, right? And it's interestingly enough, though, life will continue to decay that bird because kind of life is always there, right? And Mother Nature takes everything back. So just to say there's always change, there's always possibility, and just try something different. For stagnation, you've got to do something different, okay? Maybe it's the way you wear your hair. Maybe it's the way you even drive to work. Go a different way. You go a different way. You notice a billboard that says something and you're like, oh my God, that message that resonates with my question. Okay? Yes, it's always movement, always movement. Always, always. As long as you're alive and breathing, right? Change is always happening. Um, and not to get stuck in the change, because it can be up, it can be down, right? But change, that's the aspect of life. So again, ladies, if you enjoy just even this session and you want to learn more about manifesting, I put the link in, I'll put it once I stop the video, but it's also in the chat right now. You guys had so many great comments. I can't find my link. There were all these comments from the star seed. But yeah, if you want to take the manifestation class, I would love that, because I'm continuing to work as I travel, or just become a channel member as well. That's pretty inexpensive. I think it's like $4.99. I would join at the middle to higher level. I've hit enough members now where you can see like you can at least see their little logos and stuff, right? There are perks for that. I would join at the gold or silver level. The bronze level, you definitely get like the monthly intuitive reading, and you get like, behind the scenes what I'm up to. But to get like the live and to get more and even a discount on some art prints, I know I'm giving you a lot right now, but that are like the goddess. I have some that are different goddesses, all from all around the world. I have some affirmations. I probably should make more affirmations. It's my Etsy shop, and you get like a 50% discount at the highest level. Yeah, so much love. Yeah, have a wonderful, restful evening. Yeah, the wait list is there. And I'm glad you found the link, because I can't even, oh, there it is. That's not so easy to like get, right? Because Kartra is, you guys, it's just like the software. So that's why it says Kartra. It's almost like Thinkific, if any of you have heard of that. That's like where you can teach a course or do coaching. So I'm using something called Kartra. So yeah, much love and blessings. Yeah. And I thought that meditation was really good. I really think I will separate it out and have it as a separate little short video, real quick, that folks can do. Hopefully it was recorded clean enough for that. All right. Mwah. Much love and blessings. And I'll see you. I'll have a video Thursday. Usually it's typically Thursday. Last thing, because you stuck around, you'll get to know I'm now going to France. So now that I'm going to France, I'll probably put up some Italy videos. And I have so much stuff. But again, if you're a channel member, I share more about what I'm doing in real time, and not a lot, because you got your life going on. literally maybe one short video a week. I'll be like, hey, I'm in such and such or whatever. Be very casual. I might be out and about, but I will be going to France. I'll be going to a small town in France that looks really pretty. And so I'll share from there, okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.